video, another, well, live stream. Anyway, check out my Patreon. I actually got a video I uploaded, with a good little thumbnail. It's gonna be kind of like one of the ways I upload videos, so I'm interested to see what you think of it. It's an older video, but it should be really good. So anyway, that's that. We're gonna jump right into it because when I say I'm not gonna be on long, I'm not. Very fire stream. Appreciate grown man business. Grown man business is a great sport about that. I really don't like. I'm gonna say this: when stuff gets contentious like that, I really want at least another person that that has the opinion that grown man has. And I know there was a lot of y'all, and I did tell y'all only he could come up. So the way it came, the way this stuff kind of materialized, I'm gonna take accountability for that. But the reality is, there's a lot of folks that agree with him. So that's generally how I like it, because I don't like it like it seems like people are just being descended upon. I just don't like that. And that's just me. I just don't like that. And so Grown Man Business was a great sport about it, especially considering, what happened, and he knows the situation he spoke of. I personally can't even imagine that situation. The Sprite. Appreciate it. I really can't. And so I look, I get it. Lesser dudes would have went completely the fuck off. Then you gotta look at how this stuff kind of started with Judge and him, and really, yeah, I guess men gonna be men, and that's what you need to charge that to, and it is what it is. But appreciate that. That being said, I want to jump into something real quick. You see the title, we're gonna jump right into it. Black male cowardice. So I shared a video of the King's Talk that Lapeef Jr. runs. Lead Attorney was on there. It was a great thing, great outing by Lee. Great show, by the way. I'm gonna tell you something. Say what you want to about the Lapeef Network, but when I compare it to like Boyce Watkins and how he do his shit, at least with the King's Talk and some of the other stuff, definitely, better at least it charges conversations up as far as people responding to it. That being said, you see the clip, go check it out, and then come back or hear what I gotta say about it. This ain't at any of those guys, like any of the guys that called in or anything, but this is something I want to speak to because this is a certain mentality. A lot of black men, they use, and I have said this, I'm one of the guys that I say, you have to understand, you have to be very hyper aware of what the situation is, especially for black men, because we don't get a lot of chances. And I'm on that. But understand something. I also have the mentality that this shit is bullshit, which is why I get very, very fucking annoyed when people like to say what we do is just complaining about women. They like to descend it upon we're just complaining. And then I say, okay, well, if we're really just complaining, what that really means is you're okay with the way things are. The way the black culture works, the way shit works, it's perfectly fine. And when people say you're complaining, this is a way for people to put you on a back pedal. This is a way for, most of these niggas are not solution oriented. They say that. This is just a way for them to try to say shit without really saying shit. It's not like somebody's fat and then you're complaining and say, oh, well, this. These are simple steps to lose weight that everybody knows. Most of these niggas ain't got no answers. So they're like hyenas. They just roam with the environment as it is, of vultures, whatever, right? And that's not really reflective of the dudes that's on there, but one point that one of the guys made, this was a dude that called in, was he was talking about, it had something to do with the baby, and it had something to do with, I guess, Dana Lee, I don't know. The point is, dude wanted to say, well, he shouldn't have dealt with her. And Lead Attorney was making an argument, you got to hold women accountable. This is an argument a lot of guys make, and they say we're getting away from doing in this space, particularly with Brittany Renner, which is really not true. But whatever. But to speak to that a little bit, the dude kept saying, well, he shouldn't have got her pregnant, and he shouldn't have did this and did that. As motherfuckers act like these females don't have any agency. Women have way too many rights for us to be this like laissez-faire about them not being accountable. And the reality is a lot of dudes are afraid of holding women accountable. There are consequences that come with trying to hold women accountable. especially in the normal world. All right, the blue pill world. You try to hold a woman accountable. You can be. Let me tell you something. If somebody that's been over women 2 levels, I can tell you right now, you got to be real careful as far as how you even talk. This is pre-Me Too. You got to be careful as far as how you talk to a bitch. Now, how you talk to a dude, it ain't no problem unless he's LGBT. But unless you talk to a dude, it ain't no problem. As far as coaching them, telling them they fucking up, you know. But with women, you damn near need a PhD in how to talk to a bitch. Straight up. That's in the workplace. So the problem is we lose perspective. Women have all this shit from a political standpoint, as far as the government. Then they have all this social shit based on how men think. I told you, I get where Ramil is trying to communicate with the hoes are winning shit. I think that's kind of the wrong way to do it, because I know how these niggas absorb shit, but I get what he's saying. And this ain't about that. But my thing is, when I hear dudes like this, and you'll hear it in the clip, and lead attorney, held it down. It's like, let's take the elephant out of the room. Logically, what you say makes sense, but that is not a permanent solution. It's kind of like, let's say your country is occupied, and then you're in a fucked up position. So you're doing resistance warfare. Let me say it a different way. Let's say we're back in Jim Crow, where it's the colored section and it's the white section. We know what the white section is and how that's maintained. We know how the colored section is maintained. Right? Shitty. We get it. Now imagine a Negro, and I'm talking about where it's a lot more real, tangible consequences, not somebody cussing you out. Some real shit could happen, right? Said, oh, is it really that big of a deal for you to do you really need to use the white bathroom? Is it really that big of a deal for you to use the white bathroom? Why don't you not make trouble and use the colored bathroom? Now, we know the conversations we're having on YouTube are no way near that impact. You know what I'm saying? That serious. But you get what I'm saying. That's the same mentality that a lot of these dudes have when they say, well, because here's the thing. People say, oh, well, you didn't get her pregnant, or you got her pregnant. But this is the same mentality people apply to Ramil and his pump and dump solution. Well, you're creating the women that you complain about. That's a lie. That's not true. These chicks are hoes before they come out of high school. Some of them are hoes before they come out of middle school. These women choose the hoe phase. They choose how they decide to engage with men, and they go out of their way to go for the men that fit what they're on. There is no thing with these women. Like, you make it sound like having unmarital sex is a form of abuse, the way some of these niggas talk. Not to mention the fact that they have complete control over their destiny after the fact, which men don't. So the dude was basically saying, well, we're going to blame the baby because he went back. Yeah, you can do that. But we got to also understand, it has to be see, the problem is a lot of dudes don't get it. Don Calypso said in my, Donovan Sharp said one time that there's a lot of dudes that are red pill aware, but they don't practice red pill. That's absolutely accurate. If he said that, that's 100% on point. And you got a lot of dudes where they will have, they have the arguments just for the argument in the conversation there. But the reality is, there's certain things that I can say because I have a general understanding of other things. The reality is, like with Brittany Renner, I can focus on PJ because the truth is, everybody knows what Brittany Renner is right now. At this point, if you choose to deal with Brittany Renner, you need to understand, you need to put her in a whore's place. If you try to make her a wife, she's outed herself. And she's going to start to deal with less and less quality dudes, like it always happens. They always decline once that happens. But a lot of brothers still believe they can change a bitch. Now, what is the lesson really here? And why did I make this video? Because it sounds like I'm kind of double talking a little bit. Let me tell you something. If PJ wanted to put his hands, use his money to put his hands around Britney's fucking throat, what do I mean when I say that? What I mean is, one of the things when I looked at the Scientology documentaries that Scientologists would do is they had a whole team of private investigators, folks that they were designed to harass people that went against them. Meaning you couldn't do shit without them knowing what you did. And they did it all within the law. It was all legal because they have not been sued for this. And people have tried. So everything they do, they are within bounds of doing, apparently. And so what PJ could do is say, all right, bitch, you got me, but you ain't gonna be able to do shit. Every little thing you do until you give me that kid, everything you do is gonna be under a microscope. And I know you don't care, because that's what Grown Man Business was saying. You don't care. Cool. It's not about her caring. It's about me pulling her ass in court and me basically getting that kid. So, because once I got the kid, I got the money. And now you a chick that your pussy's blown the fuck out, and now you're out there. And I don't give a good goddamn if it takes 18 years and I never do it. I'm going to do it. Because at the very least, you're not going to be able to move the way you want to move. And I'm going to make sure that you can't. I'm going to make sure that this money you got costs. Now, here's the thing. What a lot of niggas would do, and some of the same niggas that try to talk that shit about, well, you shouldn't have fucked with in the first place, these will be the same niggas that want to protect Brittany Renner. It has something to do with that. This is why when some of the it was some of the females, it was that Kayla chick, she was talking about, well, y'all sided with the baby. We sided with the baby because the baby had every right to kick that bitch out of his house. It don't matter if she's the mother of his kids. She got her own money. She can leave the kid there. Most of these dudes got moms that they getting paid off anyway. It's shit. Michelle Obama's mom was in the White House. See, when the women do it, that's cool. That shit ain't required. So you damn right. They want to make it like it's wrong because this dude was on some, well, because lead attorney said, well, it's not against the law to have a baby by the wrong person. And then dude was like, yeah, but does that make it right though? And I was like, nigga, wow. Like, wow. And lead attorney had a face like, the fuck? But this is how these niggas think. And he actually thought he had something there. He actually thought he had something. And so it becomes, see, and I can't stand that. Dude, what does it make it right? Nigga, there's a lot of shit. Nigga, bitches can abort, can kill children. What are you talking about? And you'll never ask that of a bitch. You'll never say, well, she talk about her whole face. You be like, does that make it right though? Because you're going to be all sort of lame ass nigga. A lot of these niggas are cowards. You all are fucking cowards. That's really what it is. What it really is you all try to some of y'all are smart enough where y'all can logic your way out of it. But the reality is you all are fucking cowards, some of y'all. Y'all really don't really want to even engage in you don't want to be seen as anti-woman. You'd rather be wrong and seen as pro-woman than right and seen as anti-woman. Because a lot of y'all are cowards. Y'all them just drink out of the color fountain niggas. And to be fair to those niggas, they could have got killed for real. So they were in real present danger. You niggas are not. And some of y'all go as far as to start trolling dudes, trying to say you got big, I've seen some dudes that try that. These bitches basically, man, please. My point is, let's look at that video. And he was really good, man. But no, nigga, we need to come to an understanding. Because the truth is, when dudes, let's say it's within the law. We're not talking hitting women. But let's say it's within the law. If dude decides to put a vice grip on a bitch legally, to the point where that bitch is being stressed the fuck out. It ain't gonna be no way if she start to harm the kid. Well, you shouldn't have did that. No, she should have gave the kid up. Because that's what a lot of dudes have done. A lot of dudes have basically won in court, and then the women decide to delete the kid. And then niggas are talking about she mentally ill. Niggas are saying that. The point is, it is very clear that Danny Lee wanted the baby more than she wanted her. And she said, I'm gonna have a baby on this nigga. Oh, well, you should have let him shoot up the club. Sure, but she didn't care. Just like them hoes in the candy, they don't care. So if you decide to throw them motherfuckers away, this is why I'm of certain minds when it comes to dudes being deadbeats. Because we understand if you're not married, then that nigga did not necessarily want a baby with you unless he verbally said so. And most of these dudes are not saying that. So when y'all chicks have babies on niggas, because white folks don't play that game. If they don't claim the kid, they not as quick to throw the deadbeat shit into it. Because you got white women, like the women are more elder in that, it's going to be like, I don't claim the motherfucker either. See, in the black community, the people are quick with that shit because it's a gynocracy. But all kids are not supposed to necessarily be claimed. This is why I say women don't think in legacy, because women are they have things like biology and shit. Men are actually thinking in legacy. Not all black, obviously we know the issues of black men, but you get what I'm saying. My point is that the same niggas that will say that shit, when a dude want to handle it the way he want to handle it, those will be the niggas that want to run interference under the guise of doing the right thing, coming back to the table, working with these chicks, even though these chicks have become beyond off the motherfucking chains. Some of these chicks are not meant to be worked with. They're just meant to be thrown away. Bitch, I was just fucking you. You wanted to have the kid. These will be the same bitches that aborted like 4 kids before. It ain't love. They're using these kids like pawns in a chess game. And they're using that to leverage you. They're using that to leverage your heart, to leverage all that shit. And it ain't about turning ice-hearted, but you got to recognize what it is and be like, okay, for that situation, no, we're not playing that game. That's it. But a lot of dudes can't do that. This is why so many dudes are having oops babies, or they fall into situations that they wake up, how did this happen? Because you're not being ruthless about the shit. So anyway, look at the video, check it out. It was interesting what the dude had to say, but it's like, nigga, it's very clear. Like, I get what you're saying, but the truth is, let's not act like you're not comfortable on that side. You're comfortable putting absolute accountability on dudes. The society cannot work that way. A community can't work that way. It can't. So what you're essentially doing is you're harming children because you're only focused on one side. And dudes don't, and that's how I know that's bitch think, because it's designed to not think far ahead. It's designed to not think far ahead. Anyway, y'all, like I said, I gotta eat. My food ain't about to get cold on this bullshit. But no, I think it wasn't necessarily Pookie Warrior, but check out the video. I put it in my tab. Check out the Patreon and see that video. Let me know what you think of that kind of thumbnail if you like it. That being said, it's Edward signing off. Peace.